Again, Gills fans, welcome back to the latest episode of Gills in the Blood Chats 2, and I'm pleased to say my latest guest is none other than current top scorer, midfield man Jayden Clarke. Jayden, welcome to the channel. Appreciate your time first and foremost. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Good. Well, we'll go right back to the start then, shall we? Obviously, we're going to talk about Gills and your time at this club over the last 2 years, or nearly 2 years, isn't it now? I think
January
will be 2 years, so it's come around really quick. But in terms of an upbringing, you started at Tottenham Hotspur, North London Giants, the other side of London, some might say, and the ones that sort of play in the shadow of their rivals at the moment. But I know it didn't work out at Tottenham and you ended up being released. How was that in terms of, that must have been some education as a youngster to go to there and sort of learn in them facilities?
Yeah, no, it was a really good experience. I still talk to a few players that I was with when I was there, but just like the detail that they go into from such a young age, I think it's only helped me as I've gone on in my career, and yeah, no, I'm just grateful for that experience.
So is there any names that we'd recognise that were in your age group? So what year was you there from until?
From when I was 7 till 14.
7 till 14,
so quite young.
So 16 years ago, so we're going back to... So in White Hart Lane and that type of thing.
Yeah. Well, just as they were like going into the new training ground and stuff. Yeah. Luckily, I got like 4 years at the new training ground, so it was good to experience that. Players, Paris Magoma, I'm pretty sure Gills played against him when he was at Wimbledon.
His brother was here for a little while, Christian.
Yeah, his brother
was now in the National League. Yeah, a good footballing family, to be fair, aren't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Who was there? Dylan Markande, who's at Chesterfield.
Yes. Yeah.
Phoenix Patterson, he's at Fleetwood.
Yep.
The left-sided player. There's like Jabril Kadina, who's at Cambridge. Then obviously there's like players who are like Oliver Skip in the Premier League, Noni Madueke.
Oh, he's played with them too. So yeah, both of them have been. I know. Well, Madueke's definitely been capped by England. I think Skip's been in a couple of squads as well. Yeah, Leicester and Chelsea. So it's a good group then, and even those that sort of got released have made their way back up into the Football League.
Yeah.
So it shows the sort of influence that football club does have on young football players.
Yeah, no, good play to develop as a young player.
Who do you support?
Tottenham.
You do support Tottenham?
Yeah, because
I wasn't sure. I thought he was going to say Arsenal, and it gets a little bit awkward.
No, that's where I live. I live right next to Arsenal Stadium, so I know my friends are Arsenal, but nah, Tottenham.
So I bet you get a bit of stick, don't you?
Yeah.
Good win last night, though.
Yeah, 5-0 win. I was watching it. It was good.
I had Solanke in my dream team, so I was probably the only person that was disappointed with the game, apart from Dominic himself. Anyway, back to you. So you dropped into non-league, and you had spells, I think it was at Bedfont Sports and Hendon.
Yeah.
And then from there you got your move to Dulwich Hamlet, which was National League South.
Yeah, National League South, yeah.
How much did you enjoy playing non-league? Because obviously it must have been completely different going from the Tottenham setup into non-league, where you probably got to do everything for yourself and that type of thing.
Yeah, I think obviously I had a few years just playing. I didn't even play football like that, to be honest. After I got released, I went on a few trials, like teams like Southampton, etc. Didn't get signed. Then when I was in year 10, I moved schools, and I kind of just played. I literally played Sunday League from when I was about 14 till 16. Like 2 years, just I wasn't playing anywhere, like at any club. Just Sunday League with my friends from school, and then that's when I got into non-league at Bedfont, just as I turned 17, and then Hendon, Dulwich. But it was a good experience. It was obviously a lot different to now. Like,
must be a bit eye-opening after coming from Tottenham's academy.
Because obviously I used to work with my stepdad. So I do like a whole day of like construction work and then go training. So it was tough, but it's good. I think it's made me grateful for what I have now. So I need to keep trying to do well and stay in this position. And
that's what you'd have been doing if you weren't a footballer then?
Yeah, I was doing
scaffolding, building, that type of thing.
It was tough work.
This is much more fun.
Yeah, no, stay.
I mean, it's fair to say that Dulwich was where you got noticed. I know our head of recruitment, Andy Hessenthaler, said that I think you played against his Dover side a couple of seasons ago and he noticed you stood out.
Yeah.
But your numbers were really good in that. It wasn't even a full season, was it? I think it was like half a season you had at Dulwich before you came here.
Started the season till the January window, so it was that 6 months or so?
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, about 6 months I was there.
And if the internet's not done me a dirty, it was 6 goals and 6 assists in 26 appearances, so numbers were good. obviously he was being spotted by the right kind of people.
Yeah.
Was you aware of any type of interest, or did it come completely out of the blue, the move?
Well, I didn't have an agent until I came to Gills, so I didn't really have anyone to hear anything from. There was a few people telling me here and there that there was like clubs watching, but there was nothing like guaranteed. But yeah, no, I didn't know of much interest.
Pleasant surprise then, I guess.
Yeah, well, to be fair, we played Dover, like, I don't know how it works in non-league, but you play the same team twice in a week.
Okay.
So we played Dover at the start of the week and at the end of the week. And then after the first game, I heard that Hesson Tyler liked me. So then going into the second game at the end of the week, I heard he was coming here. So it was kind of like, I need to just try and have another good game. And I did. And then, yeah, from there, he just kind of said he was going to bring me with him.
Because you'd have played Dover twice, then Hesse and Kenny Jackett arrived first couple of days in January, and then you signed a couple of weeks. Because did you sign at the same? Was it announced at the same time as Ethan?
It was very close to Ethan, yeah. Because I think because they had to get. There was a few people they had to. Well, we were obviously priority at the time, so I was like 2 weeks into January. I think Ethan was quite close to me. Him and Tristan. We was towards the back.
Yeah, and Tristan came in at the end, I think, because someone picked up an injury, it might have been Scott Cashgill or someone like that, and Tristan had to come in at the back end of the window.
Yeah, but it was towards the end. But yeah, no, it was Hess who was the one who drove it and brought me with him, so grateful to him.
And the rest is history, as they say. So you arrived end of January, but then you wasn't in a match day squad until the middle of April. I think it was Stockport was the first time we saw you on a bench. You're going down here, I think we drew 1-1.
Yeah, my first game.
But how important was that bedded in period where because obviously it's a big change. You seem to keep going from one extreme to the other. You've gone from Tottenham's academy to playing part-time and working full-time to then going full-time as a footballer. Yeah. That must have taken some adjustment as well, to getting used to training every day, multiple days a week, not having to do any scaffolding as well. So how important was that period where you just got used to your teammates, the club, just a professional environment?
Yeah, I think the way, obviously Neil Harris was the manager at the time, the way he helped me settle in with the boys was really good. Obviously I played a lot of football outside of Dulwich at the time and stuff, but obviously coming here is a lot different.
Yeah.
Obviously the intensity and the gym work. So the first 2 weeks was a bit tough. But no, I think in the long run, I think it was good for me. I don't think I was ready at the time, especially with the situation of where we was in the league. I don't think I was ready to just come straight in and play. So I think it helped me in the long run. At the time, it's hard where you go from playing every week to coming here and you're just training and then not doing anything.
Yeah.
But no, I think in the long run, I think it was good for me.
Well, we're seeing the benefits now, which we'll talk about in a little while. But are you a person that goes to the gym regularly, or you wasn't? So sort of you've had to because you've become a professional footballer. Because I know some people like to do it; they go 3, 4, 5 times a week, but you wasn't one of them.
Nah, I don't think there's many footballers that enjoy going to the gym, but it's good for you. So.
But I suppose doing manual labour, you had a bit of a head start anyway. It was physical work.
Yeah, no, that was actually good for me as well, to be fair. So.
And then first appearance, you was on the pitch. I think you come on with about 5 minutes to go. Got booked. Bradford away, and then was on the pitch when Ollie Hawkins scored a last-minute equaliser. I think 2-2 draw. Just tell us about that day, making your professional debut, and then also a couple of weeks later, your first professional start in a win at Salford as well. I mean, you must have come in and thought, this is easy. We've gone to Valley Parade, 20,000. We've drawn 2-2. We've won, kept a clean sheet the final day. It's a breeze.
Nah, it was my debut at Bradford was a bit of a surreal moment. Obviously, that many fans. I think there was 18,000 on the day. But they got a penalty to make it 2-1, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think Andy could score.
Neil Harris said to me, if they score, you're coming on, so be ready. And then I remember they scored, and then I was like, I'm actually coming on. And I came on, it just didn't feel real, to be honest, because obviously the size of the stadium, how many fans they had, it was a bit crazy. And then Ollie Hawkins scored to get a point. So it was a crazy experience, to be honest.
And that into that season was really good, wasn't it? So you'd obviously watched it from the sideline as we picked up and won game after game, it seemed, and pulled ourselves away from trouble. I think there was even fleeting talk of the playoffs for a period. It was, I mean, I think it was always a very long shot, but it must have been great to come in, like you say, because it could have been a risk. They could have chucked you in straight away. We could have lost games, and your confidence takes a hit, and you start thinking, well, I'm not good enough to do this or whatever. But so the way it was handled seemed to work, not just for you, but for the club as well, because we're now seeing, you know, the benefits of how you've learned the trade as a professional football this season.
Yeah, I definitely think the way it was handled, me coming in, was the right way. So yeah, no, it's all good.
And how was Salford? First start, I think you got 65 minutes or so. Shea scored a penalty, 1-1-0.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't easy, obviously, because I hadn't actually started a game for like 5 or so months. Like it was hard in terms of fitness. I wasn't up to speed, but to start my first league game, it was a good experience, and yeah, that was like the start where I wanted to like make my first start now, come in next season and try and kick on. That was the aim.
If I remember rightly, did you play in the 10 in them 2 games? Both of them 2 games?
Yeah, because we went to like a diamond in midfield.
Yeah, I think so.
I came on as a 10, yeah. That's where I was playing at Dulwich.
Okay.
And then I came on as a 10.
And then you've played pretty much everywhere since then, but we'll talk about that in a sec. 23-24 was obviously the first summer under the Gallinsons. There was a lot of sort of positivity around the football club. Trip to Como was amazing for the players and fans alike that got to go out there. Yeah. You scored your first goal for us. You don't do things by halves, do you? You thought, right, I'm going to do it at Premier League ground. And I think it was their first home game of the season, Luton, because they'd been waiting for their main stand to be redeveloped because of Premier League rules. So, so talk us through that, because it weren't a tap-in either, was it?
No, it was. I just remember it was going long to Macaulay Bond was playing up front at the time, and as a winger, it's always like just be ready in case they flick it on. He managed to flick it on, and I was running, and then I was looking up, and there was no one in the box. Then shot their defender.
You sent him beyond the goal, didn't you?
Yeah, the boys were saying he was sliding. And then keeper came out, and then I just tried to hit it near post, and luckily it went in. And then celebration, I fell over.
That's one where you and Nat just fell over each other. I didn't want to bring it up, but you mentioned it, so because that got us back to 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1.
And then they scored another, and then Nico got one late on, didn't he? And set up a grandstand finish, but it weren't quite to be. But again, another brilliant experience. So your debut comes in front of 20,000. Your first goal comes in front of a Premier League crowd.
Yeah, it was a bit of a crazy experience. It didn't feel real. Like when I scored, when I was running back, like the adrenaline I had, it was a crazy experience.
I guess it's something you sort of sit back and look at sort of a few months later and go, "God, yeah, I actually did that."
Yeah, I still watch that goal, to be honest with you.
Well, I had a look at it like over the weekend when I was doing the questions. I thought I've got to have a look at it. Yeah, very good goal. Composure as well was really, really impressive. And sat the keeper down, sat the centre half down.
It's probably still my best goal for the Gills.
Not the best one. I'd say there's been some more important ones since then.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good one to start with. That proved to be just one of 2 goals though, Jayden.
Yeah.
In the rest of that season, I think your other one came in the cup as well, Hereford.
Yeah.
I think it was Stephen Clement's first game, and you got an assist in that game as well for Conor Mahoney. We won 2-0. Yeah. Having started, you only started 9 games of 32 in the league, which was less than 30%. Looking back now, how do you rate your first campaign as a professional footballer? And did you make that point very, very early? Because we've seen all stuff on social media, on Instagram, you was in very early doing a pre-season yourself with, you know, one-to-one coaching and that type of thing to give yourself a head start. Was that a conscious decision as soon as that season ended, that you thought, right, I'm going to give myself a head start before the new campaign starts?
Yeah, as obviously towards the back end, or the second half of last season, I wasn't really involved. And then towards, as we got close to like the season finishing, I didn't think whether that was going to be on loan or on a permanent. I didn't know if I was still going to be playing at Gillingham this season. So I thought, if I am going to be here, then I still want to come in and give myself the best chance. Or if I'm not here and I go somewhere else, then I want to go in there and be 100% ready to go from the start. So it was a decision that me and my agent made, that we need to probably get in a bit earlier and get myself in the best shape possible to go into, whether it was here or somewhere else, and be ready to go basically and make a good impression. Then obviously the change of manager happened, So I knew it was sort of like a second chance. Like whenever a new manager comes in, whether so you might not be in favour or be in favour, but giving yourself the best platform to work from is good. So that's what I done.
I suppose first impressions count for everything as well. If he comes in and goes, oh, this player's been in the gym and out on the pitch practicing a month before everyone else is due to come in, then he's going to think, right, well, this is the type of attitude we want around our football team.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like obviously with the running and stuff, I came in, I was quite good in the running. I think that's the first thing you do in front of them. So I wanted to make sure I was up there in the running, which I was. And then you got to perform on the pitch as well in pre-season. And I had a decent pre-season. And then I was kind of in his plans. And then it's been good since then.
I just want to go back before we talk about this season. You said that you wasn't sure whether you was going to be a Gillingham footballer. So was that something that had come about from the previous management, Stephen Clements? Was it because you knew you weren't in his plans? Or was he said to you that if I'm sure, because obviously he's not going to say to you if I'm still in the job, but at the time, had you had a chat and he'd gone, you're not in my plans to play a lot of football going forward?
It was obviously the end. He just told me he thought it'd be best for me to go on loan.
Okay.
He thought it'd be best for me to go on loan this season, which to be fair at the time I agreed. I thought maybe I'd benefit off a season in the National League probably. But yeah, that's like football changes really quickly. I probably wasn't in his plans, but obviously Mark Bonner came in and I was in his plans from as far as I know.
From day one, pretty much,
yeah. And then it was about then performing for him, which I think I've done the right so far.
Yeah, if we look at the numbers, well, you're top scorer. As we sit here a week before Christmas, you've got 8 goal contributions, I think, if I'm correct, 6 goals, 2 assists, from 24 games. So it's a goal contribution every 3 football matches. So you're looking at 15 in the league this season as a bare minimum. I think the most important thing for me that you've changed around is you've started 14 of our 19 league games. So that's jumped up from just under 30% to 74% starting ratio now. So you must be doing, like you say, more right than wrong, because you don't get picked to start football matches if you're not playing well and you're not contributing to the team. So whatever you were doing it's clearly paid off, hasn't it?
Yeah, I feel like, well, I'm a big believer in like whatever you put in, you kind of get back. And I did put in quite a lot of work over the summer, with myself and my agent. And I'm just happy that it's paying off now.
Did you do stuff with Aaron Rowe?
Yeah, I was doing a bit of work with him just before, like the last week, just before we came in.
Yeah.
I know, well, Aaron knows my agent, sorry. And me and him just done work together with my agent. So I was working with him just before we came in.
Favourite goal this season then? You need to score more down that end, okay?
I
think you only got one down there, haven't you?
Barra. Favourite goal? I think the Port Vale header was
So because you're not renowned for scoring with your head?
Yeah, everyone in the team.
Oh, you win a bet with the gaffer, didn't you? I'm sure he mentioned it, or you mentioned it in one of the post-match interviews,
A couple of weeks before, he told me if I scored a header, he'd give me £100.
Nice.
I got the £100.
Fair play.
In £1 coins. But I got it. But maybe that one, because obviously the time we hadn't won in a couple of games, so it was good to.
Yeah, that was in the middle of that rough trot, wasn't it? We was really struggling at the time.
Yeah, it was. And then we didn't really back that up. And then Salford goal was a good one as well, because obviously it still was in maybe not the best situation. So.
No, I mean, it's nice to be sat here and speaking to you after. Phil could have told me last Monday it would have been easy. And then he said, oh, you do it after Incl was away. And I'm thinking, oh, here we go. But no, we backed it up, didn't we? That was a superb performance Saturday afternoon from absolutely everyone. I thought there was a lot of people that were brilliant without the ball, more than with the ball. And it's not going to be a game where you have lots of ball, is it, MK Dons? You know what they're like.
I don't think anyone in his team's ever going to go to MK Dons and dominate possession.
No.
So I think going into the game, we knew it was going to be a game where we need to be 100% without the ball, which I think they had maybe 1 or 2 chances.
Yeah, I think in terms of the game as well, they've had 80% possession. I don't think they've created, like the one right at the beginning, didn't they? Scott Hogan didn't have a good touch. Glenn grabbed it.
Yeah.
I think their best chance was, apart from that scramble right at the end, was probably the one where young Harry under his back pass slightly.
Yeah, I think.
But apart from that, I didn't think they got him beyond us too much.
No, apart from that, no, I think it was good without the ball. I feel like we came in at half time and said we need to make a little bit better use of the ball, and we do have it, which I think we did a little bit in the second half, strung a few passes together.
Robbie scored goal of the season, that
goal of the season, yeah. And then once we went ahead, it was, I don't think anything was going to change because I don't think we was going to have more of the ball, but it was good. And then obviously all the subs that came on matched the effort that the players that started had. So yeah, that was good. Massive 3 points. And now we need to go back out against Cheltenham on home on Friday.
Completely different game again it'll be, when it will probably have to be the MK Dons in that game. We'll be the ones with the football and expected to make the running. So
yeah, that's the thing with this league as well. I think in this league anyone beats anyone. But yeah, no, we need to keep the level that we had for the last 2 games against them, and hopefully our quality shines through.
Fingers crossed, yeah, looking forward to it. Busy period as well. We spoke about your debut where you played as a 10 and then your first start. Since then I think you played pretty much every position across the front. You played centre forward, you played left side, right side as a 10, you played wing back a couple of times as well. I remember Chesterfield particularly, I thought you were really good here in that last half an hour playing as a left wing back.
Yeah.
After, that was the one Max got sent off, wasn't it?
Chesterfield, I think that was Ethan.
I thought Ethan was Tranmere.
Yeah, you're right.
But a lot of red cards
Ethan was Tranmere. Yeah, Max was Chesterfield.
Yeah, but I thought you were really good at that. But what is your best position? Is it as a 10? Is that where you prefer playing? You said you played there for Dulwich, or are you just happy to play anywhere in them forward areas?
Yeah, I am. I'm happy to play anywhere. I think system obviously depends as
Of
well
course.
on where I feel like my best position was. When I was at Dulwich, I really enjoyed playing as a 10 because we.
So did they play there at 4-2-3-1 or 4?
Yeah, 4-2-3-1. Played as a 10. Tried to play. Obviously, it's a different level, but we tried to play a lot of football. So I think it suited me quite well. When the ball was just on the floor a lot, and it was sort of just going through me in the 10, which was good for me. I think here, it depends on the type of football you want to play. I think here maybe playing out wide is probably best for me to get like in 1v1 situations where I feel like I'm good. So yeah, either wing. I think naturally as a right footer, most of us feel more comfortable on the left, just because it gives you like 2 ways to go, whether that's down the line or cutting in and shooting.
It's a modern thing for me. I'm old.
Yeah, I know a lot of
Inverted
people think.
wingers are a new thing in it. So
Yeah, well, I don't mind playing on the right as well, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like just right footers just feel more comfortable on the left.
because you can get more shots.
Cutting on your strong foot, yeah. But playing on the right's alright. I feel like I can come in and use my left if I need to, or go down the line and cross, or whichever side in the 10 up front. I don't mind as long as I'm playing.
And we'll see you in goal at some point, I suppose. And if there's, because they keep trying to get injured, these keepers, don't they? I thought Glenn was in trouble again Saturday. Jake's broke his nose and his ankle this season.
Yeah, maybe towards the back end I might go and goal.
Just hope Mark's not watching. Jayden can go in goal. I want to talk about social media and fan criticism and fan praise and that type of thing, because if you're on social media, it's something you naturally see. You've got a Twitter account, I believe, or X or whatever it's called. You've got an Instagram account. I don't think you use X loads.
No, not really. Not for like I post obviously when we like win and stuff. But no, I'm more on Twitter just for like.
How do you deal with criticism? Because obviously it's been more prevalent in the last couple of months, certainly up until the last 2 games, because we've not been playing well. I think, certainly from my point of view, the frustration was that we kept making the same mistakes and giving away the same types of goals and chucking away leads.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I put myself out there by doing this type of thing, but you're in the public eye, essentially. There's no way of dressing it up. So how do you deal with that criticism? Because you did respond in a jovial way to a fan comment a few weeks ago. I think it was after you scored the Port Vale goal.
Yeah.
So is that your way of dealing with it? Just humour and just trying to make light of it? Or but you must see it and think, right, this is going to fuel me to be better and prove people wrong a little bit.
The only time I feel like it's like fueled me and I've gone like, and I've wanted to really prove people wrong was maybe like after, I think it was after Doncaster where I got a bit of stick. I think that was the only time where I saw it, and it gave me a bit of fire in my belly. Then I had a meeting with the gaffer, just nothing to do with social media. Just we had a one-on-one talk,
Mm-hmm.
and he kind of just said to me like, he gave me confidence by saying like, you're in my plans and I believe in you. Just kind of said it's down to me to kind of prove it. And then that was the game before Tranmere where I scored my first 2, and then from there it's been good. But no, I see it like when you're on Twitter, you see most of the things, and it's just how it goes. When you're not doing well, you're gonna get people saying whatever. When you're doing well, you're the best thing in the world. So you should never get too down with it. And then when you're doing well, you should never like read too much of it as well. It is what it is, to be honest. Like I don't really like most of the people that say stuff about me. I don't know them, so it doesn't affect
That's
me.
the thing. It's not, unless it goes over the line and it becomes abusive at the end of the day. It's just an opinion, isn't it? It's, and you can only control the controllables. You can control what Mark's telling you. You can control what you know you can do as a footballer.
Yeah.
Well, no, it was only that because obviously there was you did reply and it created a little bit of a ripple on social media.
Yeah, we won a game. I just thought it was just a little giggle. I didn't think it was gonna.
I suppose it's the thing you can get away with because we won the football match. There's no way you could put it out there if we'd lost again because we'd probably get pelted even more. But no, it was, like I say, it was good to see. And I suppose as fans, we get sort of wrapped up in saying that professional sportsmen have almost come a bit like robotic over time, especially with social media. And I get why you have to be careful because you can only say certain things. But so it was nice to see that someone actually did not bite back, but was just having a little bit of banter with a fan. And I suppose at the end of the day, we're all happy because, like you say, you scored the winner and we beat top of the league.
Yeah, no, I thought it was just a little bit funny, and then it was just a little joke. Move on.
Number 17, I want to ask you about because it's the number you've had ever since you joined. Is it something? Was it just because that was available at the time, or is there a personal meaning behind it?
Nah, there's no personal meaning. It was just that was what was that was the last shirt left. I think when I came in, I wanted to wear 21 just because I had that at Dulwich.
Okay.
Hakeem Adeli.
Oh, we had it then, didn't he, at the time?
He had the 21 shirt.
I mean, who nicked it the season after?
I don't think.
Or was it just got to the point where you thought, I'm just going to keep 17?
Yeah, I don't think anyone actually had it, but I just kept it. Yeah. I think Ewan's wearing it now.
Ewan's got it now, yeah.
But no, I'm not really too into numbers now on the shirt.
Fair enough. No, it was just something I asked because I think we asked Jules Lapsley a couple of years ago and he said it was something to do with like days of births and stuff like that he had before when he had 49 when he first came in.
Yeah, I've heard he's got numbers that I think it's to do with his family.
So there's not a dream number then you'd wear if you could pick any shirt number in the squad, like based on, I don't know, like a hero. Who were your heroes growing up? Like would be the one that you'd wear? I know some people say like 23 because like David Beckham's wore it, Michael Jordan wore it playing NBA and that type of thing. Or...
No, I don't really have a number based off like people from when I was younger. I want to wear 99.
See, that'd give me the hump. Why do you need to squad number 99? Well, that's ridiculous.
I want to wear like, I do want to wear like a really high number, like a 99, 91. I don't know why, it's just something that I just...
You can go 71, you only got to just swap the numbers around then.
Yeah, true, could do. But nah, something about 71.
I think you weren't bothered.
True, maybe I am. No, I think something in the 90s. I don't know why.
In the 90s.
Yeah, I don't know why, I want to wear like that.
Just to be that person that wears 99. You also go to Hull Hogan so you can get 100 and get away with it.
Yeah, true. Are you allowed to wear 100?
Oh, I don't know. That's why most people don't know the rules, I ain't got a clue. So
That's brand kit,
I was brought up in 1 to 11 era, so for me, 99's ridiculous, but each to their own. Finally, you're still only 23. Like people forget you joined, you was only 2021 when you arrived in League 2, professional football and that type of thing. What's the ultimate career ambition for Jayden Clarke? Obviously, you've done really well this season. We're going along okay after a rough patch. We're still only a couple of points off the players with a game in hand on some teams, but what is the career ambition for Jayden Clarke?
Get as high as I can. The highest you can probably get to is the Premier League. So
then you can wear 99.
So I'd probably just say I'm trying to get as high as possible in my career. I think I've done well coming from step 4 to step 3 to step 2 to League 2. And yeah, my aim is still just to keep trying to play as high as I can. So yeah. That's the ultimate aim.
Do you look that far ahead though, or is it just very much like next game, next week, next month, the next season, and then that bit takes care of itself?
I think you have like two different sort of targets. I think like obviously you can have a plan, or a vision for like maybe like the next in 2 seasons I want to be playing in this league, or and then you can have obviously your short term, which I think I've both had like a longer term where I want to get to like maybe like next season or the season after, and then I got like Cheltenham, for example, I want to try and score.
At the Rainham end?
Whichever end. Just a goal.
No, I don't mind, as long as it's the winner.
Yeah.
Because there's this weird thing, I think, isn't there, that if I'm right, we've won here every time that Max has lost the toss and we've been turned around. But I'm pretty sure we've lost every game that he's won the toss and we've gone Rainham in second half.
You might be right. I think you're right.
Because your goal was first half against Barrow, wasn't it?
Yeah, Barrow. And then Robbie scored down this end.
Oh, yeah, from the corner. Your winner against Port Vale was second half going this way. Salford second half going this way. Tranmere both second half going this way.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe we need to change it.
So maybe Mark made too big a deal of winning the coin toss. I'd much rather we lose the coin toss and win the football match, I'm not going to lie. It's been a pleasure. Really enjoyed your time. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you coming on the channel.
Appreciate having me. Thank you.
Gills fans, I hope you've enjoyed this one as much as I have talking to Jayden. And as always, thank you for watching at this point. Can you please continue to hit that like button and press subscribe? It is all free to do so. We'll be back later in the week, hopefully with a match preview ahead of Cheltenham this coming Friday. And of course, we'll be in the ground for a match day live on Friday evening. It's floodlight football again as we head into this Christmas period. But until then, I hope you've had a good week. And up the Gills.